anything's possible.
If you try and be patient, it pays off while you're waiting. The seeds you water will grow, the rest will follow. Cause this life's what you make it, and some rules are for breaking. Destiny will play its role, you know. What's meant to be will be, even when it's not easy. Live your life free, no boundaries, even when it's not easy. If you give love, you get love. If you give up, you get nothing. Can't you see? If you just believe anything's possible, don't rush too much. When it gets rough, get tough, sing with me. Through everything, anything is possible. Doesn't always make sense why some things gotta happen. Fight through the rain, cause you know the sun will follow. If you practice persistence, somebody's gonna witness you're working hard and it shows. You know what's meant to be will be, even when it's not easy. Live your life free, no boundaries, even when it's not easy. If you give love, you get love. If you give up, you get nothing. Can't you see? If you just believe anything's possible, don't rush too much. When it gets rough, get tough, sing with me. Through everything, anything is possible. Are you ready to go? I've waited for a long time. I must be out of my mind. Now I'm ready for this to start. When the lights go out, it's so dark. When the moment comes to find the part, are you ready to go? Go, go, go. Are you ready to go? Go, go, go. Are you ready to go? Go, go, go.
Good evening, folks. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Give folks a chance to get logged on. So we'll get started here in just a minute.
Greetings from the Michigan Crossroads Council.
I'm Diana Marsh from the Outdoor Adventures team. We just can't wait to see our scouts back at one of our camps swimming, kayaking, climbing, doing field sports, or just cooling off on a hot summer evening after a full day of Maribred sessions and trips to the trading post. We missed that in 2020. But guess what? Summer camp in the outdoors is coming soon, and our team is working hard to ensure that our scouts' full re-engagement at camp will be an experience they will never forget. Whether you experience summer camp at BSA Scout Ranch, Canoe Base, Gerber Scout Reservation, Camp Rotary, Camp Tatanka, or at one of our specialty programs, the Great Lakes Sailing Adventure, Trail to Eagle, or High Adventure, you can rest assured our well-trained staff will ensure that every scout will take part in a quality advancement program, learn new skills, meet new friends, and participate in unique outdoor activities. As I mentioned, the Outdoor Adventures team has been planning for Summer Camp 2021. As a unit leader, your troop planning should be underway as well. Thank you for participating in our camp promotion session. Our goal is to provide you with enough information to assist you in the decision-making process. Our highly motivated staff looks forward to your arrival. Just like you, we can't wait.
All right, we want to thank you. Hello, my name is Sean Henneman. I'm the Chief Program Officer for the Michigan Crossroads Council. I will be hosting this webinar along with our Assistant Director, Diana Marsh, who you just saw on this video as well. And we want to thank you for participating. We've had over 400 participants registered for this informative session. Few points that I'd like to bring out as we move forward. This presentation is geared towards unit leaders, and it's also geared towards new parents. So some of the information, if you're a unit leader that have been involved for a while, this may not be new information to you, but we ask that you pass this information on. This presentation is also geared to be shown at a district roundtable or a unit meeting. So this is our kickoff night. You know, it's an interesting year. You know, our second year scouts, scouts that may be going first class rank, this may be their first year at summer camp. So we're very excited to be able to go back to camp this summer. With that said, we know one of the topics that we need to cover will be COVID in summer camp. That's kind of the elephant in the room. And where we're at with that, we are moving forward with all of our plans. We are moving forward to provide the highest quality experience in the outdoors. I'm very proud of our staff. They are working diligently to keep up on what all the latest greatest is from the state of Michigan in regards to COVID guidelines. Right now, we are planning to run a full regular program as we would any other year, and we are ready to pivot and adjust. So please stay in touch with us, and the best way that you can do that is by registering early. Stay in touch with the camp directors, and we will hold regular meetings to discuss our camp plan, our rollout plan. So many of you on this call may be already registered for camp and you know your specific camp you're going to. We will hold regular monthly leaders meetings to keep you up to date. For those of you that are in the decision-making process, we have camp leaders meetings, open houses next week, and we will hold those monthly to keep you up to speed on what's going on. But I will tell you what program we roll out, we will roll out in a very high quality way. So if we can go on to the next slide, please. So for the benefit, I think many of you leaders have been around, and Diana Marsh, our assistant director, if you get back on, Diana, just feel free to jump in at any time. Um, but for those new parents, new leaders on the call, many of you may not know what summer camp is. I think we assume that we have leaders that have been around for a while and everybody knows what's offered at summer camp. But in general, our youth benefit in so many ways from an incredible summer camp experience. It promotes active learning. It builds self-esteem and self-confidence. Develops a relationship with the environment, which will be more important than ever after being indoors for so long. And what do scouts learn specifically? Well, they're going to learn new skills, obviously, especially in the advancement areas. They're going to engage in physically and intellectually challenging activities that can only be done at summer camp. They're going to be introduced to new, unique outdoor program opportunities. When can you do climbing and rappelling? There's not a lot of places to do that other than summer camp. It's a place for spiritual awakening. A scout is reverent. We know that scouts attend summer camp are more likely to earn the rank of Eagle. So we are just excited to provide those benefits again this year. All right.
Hey, Sean, I'm back again.
All right. So Diana's back, and I'm going to let her jump in on the next slide. Thanks, Diana.
Yeah, I'd like just to apologize to everybody. For some reason, my internet, of course, when we have big things like this, sometimes the internet goes crazy and there's nothing you can do about it. So, Sean, a little pinch hit from me. So thank you very much. So I did hear Sean say welcome to all of you. So thank you again for registering for this webinar. We really appreciate it. So this summer camp, we didn't get to have summer camp at summer camp this year. So at our camp locations, but we did get to see, we did get to have some virtual camping programs, which did really, really well this year. If you're looking at the numbers on the screen, 1,451 merit badges were earned at Camp Sorta Like, which was our online program for a Scouts BSA summer camp this summer. 533 scouts participated in the Scouts BSA Sorta Like. So 533 scouts, and then out of those scouts, they earned those 1,400 merit badges. So that's really, really good. And then we did a Cub Scout program, which is the first time our virtual program, which was the out of the box program. And it was a Cub Scout Day program that we did, which did was some STEM activities, and there was down on the farm, the theme, there was a lot of activities, and they got a box that was sent in the mail, and there was 432 scouts registered for that. So overall, both of the programs, our Cub Scout programs and our Scouts BSA virtual programs, did really well this summer, and we were really happy that we could bring a virtual opportunity to you and your scouts. It doesn't replace the outdoor program that we have at summer camp, and nothing does replace that, but we are glad that we could bring something to you. So you can see on the screen also, we offered lots of merit badges during the summer, including some of the waterfront ones like kayaking and swimming, which were done later in the fall. Can we have the next slide, please? So very, very excited that we had our virtual programs, but nothing beats, as I said before, the outdoor programs that we have. And each of our camp properties offer something different for programs. We've got Rotary, DBRA, Cole, and Gerber, our 4 Scouts BSA locations. And I'm excited. I'm ready, and I hope you're all excited and ready for camp. As I said, every camp has a different experience, and we are excited to show you what we have this year. So can I have the next slide, please? Right. I don't know about you guys, but every time I see a video or something like that, it gets me super pumped up and super excited about summer camp. And I just look at all those videos and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And oh, I want to do that. And there's so many amazing programs that we have. That is the video from 2019. Unfortunately, we couldn't make one this summer, but we're looking forward to making another promo video next summer with all the amazing activities that we have going on. And based on your feedback from all of the surveys that we've had in 2019, we've been working to build and to add to our programs. We're adding some more fun and more adventure and, of course, advancement to all of our summer camp programs that we have going on. And we can't wait to re-engage you and your families and your troops in our camps once again. So on the screen you'll see right now is just a list of all of our Scouts BSA summer camps and contact information if you need it. But we're going to start off with going through a little bit of our summer camps. We're going to start off with Canoe Base, and I am going to introduce Gus Tudarash, who is the camp director for Canoe Base, and he is going to give his little talk about it. So you're up, Gus.
All right, thank you, Diana, and good evening, everyone. Welcome home to Canoe Base. We're coming to you live from the XO in the Cammon Administration Center up at beautiful Cole, where there's a clear blue sky and it's 24 degrees. Be a little warmer when you get here. So we are really pleased that so many of you have already made reservations to come back. So to the 113 units already on deck, we want to thank you, and we're looking forward to seeing your smiling faces very soon. With that, our leader's manual you can find online in the MCC Outdoor Adventure site, along with all the leader manuals, and you can also find it at cole.com. So with that being said, we're going to turn it over to David Keltz, our administrative assistant, and he has some stuff for you.
Good evening, everyone. I've been asked to mention our fantastic merit badge program. We have dang near 100 merit badges we offer, and if you look at prior year's schedule, you'll notice that there are some by appointment merit badges. A common question we get about those by appointments is, how do I schedule them and such? And we do our best once your scouts are up here to work with their schedules and what instructors we have available, and give as much advancement possibilities and opportunities to your campers as possible. Merit badge registration opens in March 15th at 8 a.m., which is a few days after your second payment for summer camps due. Okay, finally, be sure to be on the lookout for our Cole Chronicle, our about every month to 6 week newsletter. We issue all the updates on the exciting programs we have planned for you. We issue those through our Facebook page, as well as to the leaders who are listed on your Black Pug account. If you need to add leaders to who that gets sent to, please let Gus know and we'll get that arranged, or just make sure you're following our Facebook account. I'll turn things back to Gus. Thanks, everyone.
Well, thank you, David. And a couple more points for you. Our pre-camp leaders meeting this year will be in April. And at this time, we're planning to make it a webinar similar to this. And we'll have a lot more staff to deliver the same things that we do at the in-face meetings. So you can look forward to more information on that in the Cole Chronicle. So also, I want to kind of throw out a hey to Troop 110, Farmington Hills, Michigan. They've readopted the Buckhorn campsite with 1662 in Riverview, sorry. And they built a nice, beautiful 24 by 40 pavilion in there, and the campsite's been leveled, grass has been planted. Everybody using Buckhorn is going to be thrilled. And Troop 1006 in Birmingham has adopted Broken Paddle. Poor Broken Paddle's been neglected, and it's been completely redone, and they'll have a pavilion up there next spring. And our properties chairman's Troop 1710 in Troy will be putting a pavilion up in Lucky Portage campsite. So all three of those are getting some really nice upgrades. So the guys in those sites look forward to some special stuff. So now I'm going to turn it over to Greg Zidane. Greg is the High Adventure Director for all the Cole Canoe Base High Adventure programs that include the retriever and a lot more. So while the computer is sliding, let's give Greg a round of applause. Greg.
Thank you, Gus. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I do want to touch just a little bit on the Coal High Adventure program and the river program. The Rifle River is a roughly 59-mile stretch of natural waterway running right through our property, and we are happy to be able to take advantage of it, giving all of your scouts an opportunity to get out on the river when you guys are here this summer. We do offer one-day canoe trips as well as kayaks and tubing that are available at no additional cost to the summer camp fee, and we encourage every unit in camp to take part of that. We also are Michigan's only nationally accredited high adventure base, running a variety of trips both on the Rifle River but also on the Asabo and up in the UP. We've got canoe trips ranging from one night all the way up to the 4-night 100-miler in the UP. We also do backpacking at Pictured Rocks and Grand Island. And this year we are starting to work our way into doing more kayaking out on the Great Lakes at Pictured Rocks and Grand Island. Also a number of provisional high adventure opportunities such as the Great Lakes Kayak Adventure and provisional 50-milers and a couple other things depending on the year. Chris, if we're able to jump 2 slides ahead real quick since I'm here. The next one. Thank you, sir. Coal Canoe Base is happy to be the land home for the Retriever and the Great Lakes Sailing Adventure. This is really one of the coolest and specialist programs we have here in Michigan. Retriever is a 52-foot sailboat docked up in Mackinac City, and it's Michigan's own little version of Sea Base. For high adventure troops and scouts, 13 and older, you guys can go up for the week, learn how to sail out in the Straits and on the Great Lakes, and have a fantastic week doing that. If you would like more information on that, please reach out to me on the Retriever or any of the other fantastic Coal Canoe Base high adventure programs. I'm going to turn it back over to Gus.
All right, thank you, Greg, for that update. And also, you want to keep in mind that the Great Lakes Sailing Adventure was in Scouting Magazine as well as the Beast Feast in the last couple of years. You can go ahead to scoutingmagazine.org and find it in there. So with that, we're going to move it back to Diana so she can get back to the next fine camp we have in Michigan, and we appreciate everybody's attention. And thank you, David, for your participation as well.
Thank you, Gus and Nicole team. We really appreciate it. Just so we skipped over one quick slide, but it was the date for Cole's summer camp. So those are already online and on registration. So if you do want to see the dates for Cole's sessions, there they are. Those are the sessions. They are running the 8 sessions this summer. So those, as I said, are also available on the website on the registration page. So next up, we have Jansen Lemley. He is the camping director for our DeBarre Scout Ranch over in beautiful Metamora. Now I'm going to pass it off to Jansen.
Thank you, Diana. We are so excited to have as many of you come on out to the ranch this summer in Metamora. A couple of highlights about the ranch that we know as DeBarre Scout Ranch. We are the largest working scout ranch east of the Mississippi. We have a herd of 25 horses that are excited to provide you with a program this summer that would include trail rides as well as the horsemanship merit badge. We have nightly programs that take place every night during your week and stay at DeBarre, including our Western Family Night and our famous water carnival. We are introducing a new program at DeBarre. It's kind of a overhaul. We are calling the Pedro Patrol. It is going to be our T21, our tenderfoot, second class and first class program. It will involve an overnighter for all of our first year scouts where they'll get to go on out and sleep out like the cowboys used to. Our dining experience is a dining hall, but it's a little bit different than what you might experience at our other fine properties in the state. We have an open air pavilion where we provide a full program as well as delicious hot meals. DeBarre is a massive property and place for you to learn and explore, to go on hikes on one of our Pedro patrol or on one of our Pedro trails. We have over 1,800 acres of wilderness and beautiful Metamora. And last thing on our highlights here is a specialty camp we call Trail to Eagle. It is an opportunity for you as a provisional scout to come to DBRA to focus on additional advancement opportunities. And so as you're coming out to camp, you can come with your troop during one of the typical weeks or go to any one of the other camps throughout the state. And then you can come back during our Trail to Eagle specialty camp to work on additional merit badges. So now we're gonna advance to our next slide, show you those dates here. We have 5 camping weeks that will take place at DBRA this coming summer. With that, I also referenced the Trail to Eagle program that will take place in our Trout Lake subcamp while session 2 is going on over in our Jack Lord subcamp. And so we are so excited for you guys to come on out to the ranch this summer, and looking forward to seeing all of you next Tuesday, December 15th on our DBRA Scout Ranch open house. Diana, back to you.
Thank you, Jansen. And Jansen did explain that we'll see you next week, and we'll go over that a little bit later in the presentation. So Jansen, thank you again so much for that. You've had some really nice comments in the chat feature. It seems like a lot of people love DBRA, which is great to hear. So next up is our camping director, Drew DeMoe from Gerber Scout Reservation.
Awesome, thank you, Diana. I also want to introduce the camp director as well for Gerber Scout Reservation, Mary Steck, my partner in crime at Gerber. So we have, want to give a shout out to the 42 units that have already registered to come to Gerber next year. But I also want to let you know we have plenty of room at Gerber for your unit, so go ahead and sign up there. Some of the great things that Gerber has to offer is we have a comprehensive first-year camping program called our Eagle Quest that works not just 10 foot, but starting out with Scout all the way to first class and some of that other stuff above, just trying to help your unit out with that first-year program stuff. We have a unique industrial arts program. We have a welding building, but then also we have a cool forge that a lot of our kids and even adults love to go work with metal and forge something out of it. This year we have a new thing coming up for us is we have an older youth high adventure program and an older youth career exploration program kind of geared for skilled trades. So we wanted to make sure we keep those older youth involved and have a great time at camp. Some other cool things that we have on camp too is ice climbing. We have a couple zip lines and some rappelling for those people that love to rappel off walls. Down at our waterfront, we have waterfront inflatables, paddle boarding, and small boat sailing. And then on Friday night next year, we're going to do a Friday night chicken barbecue at our dining hall and kind of do a picnic style outside. Of course, weather permitted too, but we'll make sure that happens. I'll make sure Mary gets on that. We also have, those adult leaders that need to stay connected with work or just the outside world. So we have a new business center for all of our adult leaders that need to stay connected. We also have a wide variety of merit badge offerings at Gerber Scout, and always things changing with our merit badges, trying to keep things new up there. Our next slide coming up has all of our sessions. Next year we're running 5 sessions for Scouts BSA, so when we look forward to seeing you there. Turn it back over to Diana, unless Mary, do you have something else you would like to add?
We'll give Mary.
Sorry, I'm answering some chat things right now.
Perfect.
I believe older youth was to you guys, the older youth minimum age. That's what they wanted to know, if there's a minimum age or a grade in school. What are you considering older youth in your program?
I am answering that right now. Older youth will be 14 and above, and those programs will be half programs.
Perfect. Thank you, Mary. Do you have anything else you want to add, Drew, or we're good?
Nope, we look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Perfect. Thank you. I just want to say, when you said barbecue chicken, I was like, oh my gosh, now I want barbecue chicken. Now I'm craving barbecue chicken. So thank you so much on that one, Drew. So
You're welcome.
thank you again, Drew, for chiming in on Gerber Scout Racing. And last but not least, we have Camp Rotary, and I'm going to introduce Andrew Wright, and he is our camp director over at Camp Rotary, and he is going to talk to you a little bit more about that. Andrew?
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be able to join you, even if it is virtually. I would also like to introduce my counterpart, my new supervisor over at Camp Rotary, Miss Corey Grove. I think she's on there. You waving, Corey? All right. First off, I'd like to say thank you. We had 102 units that have already signed up for camp this year, and that is within 15 units of where we were at last year. So that's just awesome, and we're looking forward to being able to provide you with the experience that Camp Rotary has come to deliver to each of you. One of the things that I know has been asked quite a bit in the chat, and so I'm going to cover it very briefly here. We do offer and will be holding monthly webinars to get you up to speed with where you need to be at that particular time of year going into the camp season. We'll cover what those webinars will go over in more detail during our breakout session next week. But if you are planning on coming to Rotary, go ahead and mark your calendars the third Wednesday of every month, January, February, March, April, and May at 7 p.m. And we will get the details on how to log into those and et cetera out to you after our breakout session next week. We've been hard at work. It's been very difficult not having camp this summer. This was summer 18 for me, and seeing camp empty was extremely difficult. But we worked extremely hard with our volunteers and team members that were able to assist. We have put in 4 new latrines into our campsites, new hand washing sinks at the dining hall. We've painted numerous buildings. We've put new roofs on 4 of our buildings, a lot of road maintenance. And I'm happy to say that as of about a week and a half ago, every single problem tree that was identified in all 11 of our campsites has been taken down and is no longer an issue in those campsites for our units. A little bit about camp for those that may not know or those that may be shopping for their camping experience. We are 1,164 acres of northern mixed woodlands nestled in the heart of central Michigan. We are 10 minutes from Clare and 8 minutes from Harrison. And for those sports enthusiasts out there, right down the road is G Sporting Goods. We feature 11 program areas that look at 65 plus merit badges depending on the season, as well as non-merit badge evening programs in each of our program areas. Friday evening is our family night and camp-wide carnival. We turn the parade field into a carnival midway with games, inflatable bounce houses, or obstacle courses, an adult leader dunk tank, and then we wrap that night into our closing campfire program that is put on by the scouts that come to camp, as well as our staff, the Order of the Arrow call-out ceremony, and a special Eagle Scout recognition ceremony. For those adult leaders that come to camp, camp does have fairly decent Wi-Fi and 2 locations that you as adult leaders can use that. An open-air pavilion with electricity out in front of our camp office, or the adult leader lounge, which is in the basement of our dining hall. Camp Rotary is what we like to call traditional unit camping. When you think of summer camp, Camp Rotary is what we want you to picture. It doesn't have all the glitz and glamour of the high adventure that some of our other camps have, and that's okay because it's a great place for scouts to come and learn what scout camping is all about. Our aquatics area features a 55-acre lake with 3 areas for swimming and 6 different types of vessel operations, rowboats, canoes, kayaks, stand-up paddleboards, sailboats, and motorboats. Our first-year camper program is the Camp PATH program. PATH stands for Primary Abilities Training Huddle, and is designed to help scouts work through their tenderfoot second class and first class requirements. All of the scouts that participate in our PATH program get to go on a special overnight program on Thursday nights where they cook their own meals and take part in a special campfire for just the first year campers. And finally, I'd like to talk about our food. Camp Rotary's food is second to none anywhere in the nation against any scout camp, and I'll base my reputation on that. We have the numbers to prove it, and we have the folks that will back us up on it. And our food service, so you know, is going to be a bit different in 2021, and we know that going into it right now. We're going to close our dining hall in order to keep everyone safe. For those of you that have been to Rotary, you know that our dining hall is extremely crowded and is at capacity. So for 2021, with the COVID concerns and safety, we are going to be doing campsite delivery food service. If you'd like to know more about that, it'll be posted in our leader's guide, and it will be covered in detail at our breakout session next week. Just know you do not need to cook your food. Our staff is still going to continue to cook the food that you have come to know and love at Rotary, and we will deliver it hot to your campsites 3 times a day. So with that, Corey, is there anything you want to touch on? Otherwise, I will turn it back over to Diana.
Nope, I think you hit it all. We'll look forward to seeing everybody on our leaders meetings in the next few months.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Andrew. That was very informative. I am actually, once again, talking about all these camps and looking at the chats, making sure we didn't miss anything. And I'm so excited because, I see we love Cole and Rotary's got this and we've already signed up for DBRA. And, Gerber's great. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm so excited and I'm so glad that you guys are here, kicking off summer camp with us tonight. So thank you again for all of our staff from our camps. I know they've been working very hard to make sure that we have the programs available. Andrew did mention COVID. Of course, that's on everybody's mind. My son's always said to me the other day, Mom, I hate COVID. Yeah, well, there's only so much we can do about it, but we're doing as best as we can with what we have. And as of right now, so everybody's mind's at ease, we are still providing program. We're still planning on our regularly scheduled merit badge programs. There might be some changes, depending on where we are with COVID at that time. Like check-in might be a little bit different than what you're used to. There might be some daily medical checks or the way you actually do check in, and meals might be different, but that will all be given to you. All that information will be updated for you on a regular basis with our camp, individual camp meetings. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the presentation, but we're going to continue on going. So thank you, camp directors, and we're going to keep it going on. So the next slide, please. So I know it was in one of these chats questions. Somebody asked about the camp fee. So our next slide actually talks about the camp fees a little bit, and it's stated right in here for all of our merit badges. The good thing about our camp fee is that sorry, I got excited and I jumped a page. So we're going to watch one little video quick, and then we'll get back to the camp fees. Or maybe not. That's okay. So, let's go back to the. Are you good, Chris? Okay. We'll jump back to the camp fees once we can get our presentation working again. The camp fees are as posted from 2020. So the 2020 camp fees are the same posted right now. So the regular fee, I want to make sure say that right. The regular fee will be $345 per youth. So that's the fee that we're used to, and we're keeping with that as of today. The discounted fee would be $330 if you're going to be following that fee schedule. So then the regular fee, which is any payments made after May 7th will be $345. We also have, additional weeks. So if a scout goes to camp with their troop 1 week and they want to do an additional week, they can do an additional week for $199 instead of the $345. And then, of course, we have our Webelos crossovers or any, new scouts that come, and we're not going to penalize you because sometimes we understand that, Webelos need a little bit more time and they cross over late. So, if they register anytime after May 2nd, you're still going to get the $330 fee for the Webelos. Excuse me. Whew. The adults are going to be $160 for the week, or if you're going to do a part-time, because I know sometimes it's part-time adults. Some adults only come for maybe 1 or 2 days. So that's going to be $33 a day. And that's the way the camp fees are going to work right now. One thing with the camp fees we also have is the provisional scout. So we reworded that a little bit because we found out that some people who are not into scouts or new to scouts, especially new parents, don't understand what a provisional scout is. So we're calling that a camp without your troop. So it's like a provisional camp or is camp without your troop. And those scouts are going to be $330 as well. Excuse me. Something you also want to keep in mind is that we are still offering camperships, which we are now calling camp scholarships for that same reason. People don't know what a campership is. So we're moving over to the word scholarships. So scholarships are still going to be available for anybody that would like to put in an application for it. So the application process will start on January 1st. So January 1st of 2021. The online application process will be available and will be up and running. So you would go on to our michiganscouting.org and go to Outdoor Adventures scholarships, and you click there and the application will be there and all the information for that will be on there. Scholarships will be awarded. They're due by April 1st and they will be awarded. It might not be the whole amount that is requested. The most that you could request would be up to 50% of what the payment is, because all the information, as I said, is on that application. So that is scholarships. I'm gonna keep going here. After that, as I said, we talked about provisional camping and the provisional camper, i.e. camp without your troop. That is a $330 fee. We do ask that any units out there, any troops that do come camping, that troop with your troop, and maybe you have families that want to go again. So that child might want to go to a different camp or might want a different experience at a different camp, or maybe they want to do 2 or 3 weeks at the same camp because they love camp so much. We do offer that camp without your troop week. So each camp has specific sessions on when that provisional or the camping without your troop is available, and that schedule will be available on our website. We do suggest that you do explain to families in your troop that this is a viable option for you, because there might be some troops that maybe some troops don't go, or if you're a commissioner, oh, look at that, great, thank you. Or if you're a commissioner and you've got troops that maybe don't go to camp, or only 2 or 3 go to camp, you can still go to summer camp without the troop. And I always say it's our best kept secret. It's something that we do and not a lot of people know about. So I want to make sure that we all know about that here. On here it says, ask a scout friend to participate. This is a great time because nobody went to summer camp this past year. And this summer coming up is, hey, I'm going to go back to camp. My scout buddy, why don't you come with me? Maybe the troop's not going, but maybe you can find that friends that can go with you. I looked really quickly here on the chat, and yes, the sibling discount is still there. So there is the sibling discount as well, and that is on our website, on the fee chart as well. So camping without your troop, we highly encourage anybody that is interested. You can still go to summer camp. You do not have to go with your troop. So, all right, next slide is our 2021 Gold Unit Loyalty Program. We kicked this off in the beginning of the year, and then COVID hit and everything went crazy. So we have this. There's new information. It hits here. It says commit and register your unit by 1/31. So originally our date for closing the Gold Unit Loyalty Program was December 31st. And we moved it a month to give any units out there a chance to register for the program if you feel that it fits your unit. So the benefits right here, it says, receive the 2020 published camp fee for your 2021 reservations. As I said, with the fees that we have posted right now are the fees that we are planning on having. For some reason, if we have to change fees because of COVID, then you would still get the 2020 published camp fee. So that would still be that $330 per youth if we're going just off of the youth fee there. You'd receive 2 free adult leaders. So you wouldn't have to pay for the 2 free. Anything after that, you would still have to pay for however many additional adult leaders that you would need. You'd receive a special Gold Trim Summer Camp patch for all participants. So we'll have a specific Gold Unit Loyalty Plan patch that you will receive for all the participants that go to summer. And you'll also get a flag, a ribbon to hang on your unit flag. Some of the things that we say that, hey, to be a Gold Unity Loyal, goodness gracious, Gold Unit Loyalty Program, I'm going to call it GULP. To be part of the GULP program, we say that you should schedule a promotion. And if you are participating in this tonight, that's a promotion for you. So check, you've already got that done. So schedule a promotion, to get people interested into summer camp, and then make a decision within your unit. Does it work for your unit? Does it not work for your unit? And then we have here, register and leave a deposit by January 31st. Now the deposit is different from the regular deposit. I'm calling it regular. So if you're doing just a regular troop registration and you're not going to be part of the GULP program, the regular unit deposit is $200 versus the GULP is the deposit is a $500 deposit on that one. And can I have the next slide, please? We made a little video for you about the loyalty program as well. And I know in here, Jansen did it. We recorded it. It was a little bit warmer out, so he will say December in this. But as I said before, our deadline is January 31st.
Hello, I'm Jansen Lemley, Camp Director and staff member for the Michigan Crossroads Council Outdoor Adventure Team. Greetings from BSA Scout Ranch. I wanted to take a moment and thank you for delivering a quality scouting program during the pandemic. Over 1,000 scouts earned merit badges and had many more participate in fun, interactive virtual camporees and other unique activities. Our scouts have had fun and learned a lot during this crisis. We could not have done this without you. Your dedication as a leader is deeply appreciated. It's time to look ahead. We plan to resume all traditional activities as soon as it is permitted and we deem it safe. Our youth need to be active in the great outdoors, and our program plays an important part in providing incredible outdoor educational experiences. We are all looking forward to troop campouts, climbing, swimming, the polar plunge, and evenings with all of our scouts and leaders together by the campfire. Like you, I can't wait for Scouts BSA Summer Camp 2021, and it's never too early to prepare. Your troop can receive some great camp benefits by joining our Gold Unit Loyalty Plan. This includes 2 free adult leaders, a limited Gold Trim Summer Camp patch for each member of your troop, and a special edition Gold Loyalty ribbon for your unit flag. If you wish to take advantage of this special one-time offer and to reserve your campsite at either Canoe Base, BSA Scout Ranch, Gerber Scout Reservation, or Camp Rotary, we ask that beginning July 1st, register at michiganscouting.org and select the Outdoor Adventure tab. Once you complete and submit registration information, you'll receive a link to leave your troop's $500 reservation deposit. This special offer ends December 31st. Our virtual program has been great, but being here at camp is so much better. I am confident that our scouting resilience and positive spirit will enable us to withstand and overcome the challenges we are currently facing, and we will emerge stronger than ever. So today, we simply say thank you for your leadership. I look forward to seeing you at summer camp in 2021. Hello.
Thank you, Jansen, for doing that video for us. Oh, hi again. And I do want to thank all the leaders out there again. I know that this is a very trying times for everybody. There's a lot of uncertainty, and we are trying to do our best that we possibly can to bring you as much information that we have in a very timely manner so you can make those decisions as well, because we understand that you do have to take the time to look at finances and also at the program and what fits within your scouts. Okay, so moving on, your scout is in safe hands. This is something that we wanted to put up here because we realized that even though there have been some scout leaders that have been coming to camp for years, and they all know that camp is safe and that we have a lot of stringent safety protocols, we need to make sure that we inform our families, especially new families who have never been to camp before, that how safe our program is, and that number one in all of our programs is safety. And if our program has any safety issues, we won't do it if it's that bad. So I just want to make sure that you are aware of the health and safety that goes on. We're going to start in here, health and safety that goes on in our camp. We have a nationally accredited camps, so we have a whole list of rules and regulations that we have to follow from the Boy Scouts of America, as well as our LARA, which is our licensing. We work with our licensing group that gives us a license to run our summer camp program. So we pride ourselves in having our qualified medical staff on hand at all times. And so all of our camps have that. We have everybody has a specific requirement that we need to hit in order to have our medical staff has to hit a certain requirement. So we have that at our camps. Our trained and certified staff. So all of our camp directors are nationally trained camp directors. And then we have a specific staff program of training that we have to hit. So there's a specific level of training that we have to do, and so many hours of training that we have to do with our staff. And there's specific trainings that we have to do, like youth protection, that we have to do with our staff. And then, this year would be a COVID training. So we make sure that we have about a week of staff training that we do with our staff before summer camp comes, to make sure that we know what happens in the case of an emergency or something else that goes on in camp. Our leadership is our camp directors. As I said before, as our camp directors are certified by the National Boy Scouts of America and supplemented by our trained staff, and then our leaders, or you, that come to our camps. So, we, as I said before, we train our staff, and we have our daily or every other day leaders meetings at our camp to make sure that the leadership of camp is at a high quality. Our safe programs and procedures, our outdoor experience clearly is very important to us, because we want to make sure that is our main focus, that we want to get outside into camps. And we've made investments to ensure our program areas and equipment is safe and exceeds industry standards. So, we have to make sure we're not just using, broken paddle or broken oars in our boats, and that our rope and coping climbing is not frayed, and that gets inspected every single time that we use it. So that's part of our programs. Food service and dietary restrictions, all of you know that very much, very well, that we have to have a dietitian. We have to have a dietitian approve our menus every summer before we can start our summer camp. So we go through our menu very meticulously and to make sure that a dietitian does approve those menus. And then we also have, dietary restriction forms that we also say, because we know everything nowadays with all of the allergies that are going on, that it's very important that we get that information from you before you get to camp. So you don't get to camp and you're like, hey, my kid can't eat anything. There's no gluten, no nuts, no milk, no eggs. We want to make sure that we can provide for your scouts. And then on here it also says Serve Safe certified staff. So all of our kitchens have a Serve Safe certified staff in there. So we are all food prep and food handler certified on that piece. So if you can have next slide, please. So the next slide is our Outdoor Adventures team, and the entire team, our whole team, is here to help you make the best decision for you and your troop, whether you be a family, a parent, or a scoutmaster, or a commissioner, or I think I saw some club masters on there. As I said, our whole team is here to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email or contact our camping directors or a camp director specific to each camp, or myself, Sean, Chris, or Bill on our management side. Any of us would be delighted to help you, plan your summer camp experience. I know somebody mentioned a little bit earlier ago about Cub Scouts, and I just want to put a little spot out there for the Cub Scouts. And we will be having a Cub Scout webinar earlier in the spring. So we're doing something else like this again for our Cub Scout programs. Our Cub Scout programs this year will happen at DeBeret Scout Ranch, Gerber Scout Reservation, and Camp Tatanka. So those are the 3 locations for our Cub Scouts, but we will be doing a webinar like this again in the spring for the Cub Scouts. So if any of you guys have any questions, once again, Scouts BSA or Cub Scouts, please feel free to reach out to any of our team because we are here to help you on that. Okay, can I have the next slide, please? Okay, so this is our commitment to you. We, the camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary Scout camp experience while participating in our life-changing year-round camp programs. We are committed to providing facilities, programs, services, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and our guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. This is something that our staff is committed to and all of our individual camp staffs are committed to. We want to make sure that you are aware of where our commitment is and how high our level of commitment is. And speaking of commitment, next slide, please. We want to make sure that you have a legendary Scout camp experience. And our commitment is we want to obtain a 95% overall experience. So when you guys fill out those surveys at the end of the summer, whenever we say, hey, can you fill out the survey? And you just roll your eyes and you're like, okay. I know nobody likes those surveys. But that's where we get our feedback, and that's where we get all of our goods and our bads on, hey, this is what we loved about your camp. This is what we think could work better. And we strive to obtain that 95%, as I said, an overall rating in all of our summer camps. And our expectations of our staff. We hold our staff, have extremely high expectations of our staff. So, we want all of our staff to demonstrate the Scout oath and Scout law every day in their lives. Scout and leader, customer focus. These are the things that we want to make sure that we are providing the utmost top best customer service to you as absolutely possible. And we want to respect, maintain, and improve our facilities. I think Andrew said a little bit earlier in the presentation that they've got some new facilities, so some new outhouses going on there. I know there's some brand new wash stations because I recently saw those. So there's going to be hand washing stations, brand new hand washing stations at our camps as well. With COVID and especially everything going on, we need to make sure that we're clean before we eat. So there's a lot of great things going on in camps. There's a lot of bathrooms being made. Gerber on Betty Ford Adventureland side, in front of you guys that know about those. Yeah, new latrines, right? Gerber, Betty Ford Adventureland is getting a brand new shower house, which is super exciting. So, we want to try to make those facilities top notch. We want to keep them up to snuff. So we make sure that those programs run perfectly for you guys on that one. And then our 5 focus areas. So the 5 areas which we're focusing on are as the quality staff, the food, leader engagement, facilities, and the innovative program. And I'm going to go into those a little bit more in the next slide for you. So what I mean by innovative program, we want to make sure our program is well delivered. It's innovating, it's fun, safe, and appropriate for the appropriate equipment is available. So, we want to do some new and exciting. It might be an old program, but a new way of doing that program, right? We want to make it exciting for the Scouts. We don't want the Scout to be like, oh, this is the same program I did year after year. We want to make it fun and exciting for them. So they're like, oh, this is great. I did this program 2 years ago and, and now it's totally changed. Our staff, we want to make sure we have a quality staff. You know, we want to make sure that they're engaged, not just reading from a merit badge book to be like, okay, you know, let's do requirement 2B and 2C, blah, 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 blah. You know, we want to make sure that they're exciting, that they are engaging with the Scouts. We wanted to make sure that we deliver a +1 level of customer service to you and to your Scouts. Our facilities, as I said, as well as our facilities, meets the needs of our program demands. So whatever our program is planned, we want to make sure that we have the facilities for that. And our food, this is always a big question, is the food. The quality of food services provided and meets the nutritional needs, which, as I said before, we have a dietitian approved menu, so meets the nutritional needs of our customers and staff. And food is served in a fun way, safely, and at temperature on time. So for anybody that's Serve Safe certified, you know that food has to be at a certain temperature. So we want to make sure that we hit that, because we understand that is one of the most important areas to focus on during summer camp. I said a little bit earlier up top about our facilities, and I know Andy Tate is on this, and Andy has been doing an amazing job with all of our Ranger staff. So I want to give a huge shout out to Andy and all of the Ranger staff for putting in so much work during this year and during this summer to do some updates on our summer camps and to fix things, and camps are looking amazing. So I want to thank all of you guys for doing that. So when you come to camp this coming summer, you'll see definitely some updates, and you'll be like, oh, that's new. It's great to see. Very nice. And leader engagement, leaders pre-camp meetings. You know, we want to make sure that we are engaged with you 100% all the time. We don't want to just, you know, be that camp director that sends out that one email and said, hey, you know, yeah, we'll see you at camp, you know, like 6 months from now, and then never hear from us again. We want to make sure that, you know, you are engaged, that you are part of the program. And when you come to camp, that as Gus says, welcome home, you're part of our family. So those are the 5 focus areas that we are looking at during our summer camp programs. So at this time, we're gonna go through the chat, and I'm gonna ask Sean, because I haven't been reading through all of this because I've been talking a little bit. So I'm gonna ask Sean and see if he's got any questions, and we can go through some of the Q&A that we have in the chat room. So Sean, do we have anything that we need to answer, or has it all been really good stuff?
I believe we've answered most of the questions. What I will say is, as I mentioned, it's real fluid with COVID. We feel that we'll be in a place to not compromise on our program one iota. It may be where we offer the same amount of merit badges. If we have to adjust, it may be the flow getting to those merit badges would be different. It may be food service looks a little different. It just depends. What I would say is, you know, we've had some questions on refunds. Well, we're going to play that by ear with the environment. If it's like last year, obviously, you know, we are going to do refunds, no questions asked. But if we have a vaccine out and we can hold our regular summer camp, we will stick to our same policy. So what I would say, the key thing is to lock into the fees that are published. Join the loyalty program. We're asking that you leave a deposit at your camp. And then, as I mentioned, you know, it is fluid. It's fluid in our environment, no different than it is for our schools. What we do feel comfortable with, that we will offer an outdoor program this summer, and it will be very, very important this year to attend those monthly leaders meetings. I appreciate Camp Rotary for getting those scheduled. They have their regular scheduled out on that Wednesday night, I believe. The other camps will have those scheduled moving forward. I do know that we have next week scheduled out. We are very close on the leaders guides. So all your detailed information from an administrative perspective, whether it be camp scholarships, that will be available here soon, the payment schedule, as well as specific information to each camp. So, Diana,
yes. So really quickly, there is one here.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you want to finish?
Nope,
Okay.
go ahead.
There was one about Serve Safe. So we did have to postpone some of the Serve Safe trainings we had. They are rescheduled again for January. I'm trying to think of the dates. I want to say like the 16th or the 19th and the 30th. Those will go live on December 15th. The registration for those will go live again. We can only have 10 people or 9 people in the class plus our 1 instructor for a max of 10 to keep within the COVID guidelines. But those, we are having those trainings again, and we will start having leader trainings again. They won't be big leader trainings because we cannot have, more than 10 if it's going to be in an indoor setting. So I just wanted to at least mention that. Oh, wow, look at the Cub Shower House at Gerber has a roof, so that's super exciting. I know on the Gerber Facebook page that you can see some updated pictures on that, so that's really good. The camp breakouts, so we can go to the next slide, Chris, please. The camp breakouts will be next week, as Sean mentioned. We mentioned a couple of times during this presentation, is that we will have camp virtual open houses, and each camp will have 1 date next week. So if you wanted to partake in all of those, you are very welcome to. So those, those dates are in Black Pug in our reservation system, and it's going to be the same way you registered for this webinar. So you would register for those through Black Pug, and then you will get an email on the call-in information within a couple of days of the open house. And then during that open house, if you have any camp-specific questions, that you can definitely ask the camp directors or the other staff that will be available during that time frame.
Couple questions. And Diana, those are at 7 p.m. as well, correct?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. They will be at 7 p.m.
We did get a good question. Will leaders and staff members be required to get the vaccine? What I will tell you is, as I mentioned, we're still moving forward planning. We are in regular contact with the state of Michigan up to those guidelines. Whatever we can do to adhere to all those guidelines as they move forward, we will do. But a lot of the COVID, what will we be required to do in that, we'll keep you posted as we move forward.
Perfect. And then let's see if we can get any more, a couple more questions if we can answer here. I think we got that for the breakout calls. Ooh, they're going by so quickly. Whether through an email, but not Black Pug. So the webinar, right, so this webinar, we sent an email out saying, hey, sign up for the webinar, and you could click the link that way. So as we will, oh, look at that. Thank you, Andrew. I was gonna say we can send it for you. Andrew's on top of these things. I appreciate it. So those are all in the chat feature. All of the webinars Andrew has there. It is up in Black Pug, and you can register for those. That's perfect. Also, just again, I'd like to thank Sean for being on this today, for helping to answer some of our questions that we have. All of our camping directors and our camp directors for your specific camp information. I appreciate that. Greg Zidan is our High Adventure Director. Super exciting about the Retriever. I have never been on one of the trips, but I really would love to go on at some point. We are very excited. We have a lot of new team members this year with Outdoor Adventures, but we're super excited about summer camp, and we really want to make your summer camp experience the absolute best that we possibly can. So as I said before, please, oh, thank you, John. I appreciate it. Please reach out to any of us at any time if you have any questions about summer camp. And as I stated before, Cub Scout webinar will be coming out in a little bit. Yeah, go Retriever. All right. So Sean, I think we're good. Thank you everybody for logging on today. We had about 230 or 240 participants this evening, so it's very exciting for us. Please go out and share the good word. These dates, feel free to pass on to your unit. If parents want to log on, please feel free to pass that along as well, or any units that you guys are associated with. If you have, as I said, any questions, if you forget the date, feel free to shoot us an email and we'll get back to you. So we appreciate you guys spending your hour and 12 minutes with us this evening, and hopefully we will see you at camp this summer. Thank you.